All right. What is up, traders? Tycoons, super excited for today's video. We have to talk about a micro cap stock that needs to be on your watch list and on your radar if you're not already paying attention to it. So we're going to break down the chart today, and we're also going to break down, why I really think that it's important for you to keep this one on your radar. If we go here and we take a look, basically, it speaks here about how they have not reached cash flow break even yet, but they offer highly differentiated products in the fight against sepsis. We have the first and only FDA cleared products able to detect sepsis causing pathogens directly from whole blood in just 3 to 5 hours. We're standing alone as the only company able to detect these sepsis causing pathogens directly from blood in a few hours versus a few days. They have patent protection around both the use of their detection method, magnetic resonance, as well as their sample handling and processing. That's what allows them to do the direct from blood detection, and they're going to leverage that with all of their new product development initiatives. So, this is kind of, why we've seen such a, rapid both rise and decline in the stock. Okay. You can see here after its most recent earnings, it had a very nice rally up here. Right. And in the last video, we highlighted that there's two gaps up to fill, right? It was very oversold. This is our RSI right here, your relative strength index, and it tells you when something is oversold or overbought. And you can see we started to form this bullish divergence here where we were creating these higher lows. Meanwhile, the stock was actually just making, slightly lower lows and just trending sideways. And, it went on a tremendous rally, right? From the lows over here in June up to the highs over 1,000% on that rally. So, when we really take a look at what's happening now on the chart, we're gaining a lot of momentum, and it's very possible that we can come up here and fill these two gaps. Now, why are these two gaps relevant? Well, gaps tend to fill about 90% of the time historically. The big question is when, right? And so, we're still pretty far away from these, right? We're at 35 cents right now. It's a lot of room to the upside if we were to fill those gaps. And, if they get this FDA clearance, oftentimes this is how it works with microcap stocks and biotech stocks and things like this. Once they hit a breakthrough and once they clear regulation and get some regulatory approval, different things like that, then that's when the stocks really explode in price. And oftentimes, microcaps can be very risky because you're most of the time investing in profitless companies, waiting on some type of patent approval, waiting on some breakthrough in their technology. Now, we do have to talk about some of the risks right now. Okay, we have a clear left shoulder, we have a clear head, and we have a clear right shoulder forming here. Now, this is just, a formation, right? The pattern hasn't been confirmed yet. For it to be confirmed, we would need to break this neckline. Now, if we break this neckline, this trend line here, all right, it's very possible that we get the head and shoulders to play out, and that's going to take the price back down to about the 10 cents, even down to about, the 15 cents region. So that's the risk that you need to be aware of right now. We have to cover, both the upside and the downside potential. But if we were to zoom in just a little bit more, we spoke about our RSI just now, and let's take a look at what we're seeing actually on our RSI here. You can see we've actually broken out of a downtrend, right? If we zoom in a little bit more, we can make this a little bit more accurate. But we just broke out of a recent downtrend here on our RSI, and this blue line here is your 5-day simple moving average. And you can see that, once you're trading above this 5-day simple moving average, the trend is generally up. And then here we flip it, and once we're trading below, it's generally bearish. So if we can maintain above our 5-day moving average and continue to get some momentum building here on the relative strength index, the next thing we want to look for is actually going to be our MACD. That's what this indicator is right here. We want to see this actually curl back up above the red line and start to show momentum and show strength. If we get some of those things, it's very possible that we could break out of this trend line here and go back up to retest some of the previous highs right around 70 cents. And if we're able to break out past 70 cents, a major level is going to be this area of consolidation over here where, it was support, right? Some very basics of technical analysis. Old support 2-3 times becomes new resistance, and now we flip that area for 2 resistance and haven't tested it all the way since February. And so it'll be really interesting to see, again, if we're able to break out from this area here, right around that 70 cents area, if we can come up and potentially head up towards that 79 to 80 cents region. And ultimately, we're going to see, if we can flip, our old resistance at 70 cents to support, come up and flip the old resistance at 79 cents to support and potentially start to fill these gaps up to the upside, right? That's, kind of the upside potential here. And of course, we talked about the risks. You have to realize that, we definitely have this head and shoulders forming right here. And if we start trading below that 5-day moving average, and if we break this neckline here, it's very possible this stock goes back down to 10 to 15 cents. That's it for today's video. Just a quick update. Do want to give a shout out to my newsletter real quick. Actually, I started a completely free newsletter giving you guys free trade ideas every single week, as well as really good investment intelligence and, lots of things that you can learn from in here. Right. There's also a website associated with it. The link to subscribe to that is in the comment section or in the description. And you can sign up for that. It's a really good way to support the channel and also, step your game up and get some really good knowledge straight to your inbox every single week.